Greetings and thank you for watching. Time for another video. This time I wanted to talk to you about this little book. It's not very long. And the title is The Mind Doesn't Work That Way. All right. Now, guess who is the author? Wait for it. Oh my God, Jerry Fodor? Seriously? Oh my God, this as I saw this, I immediately say I have to know what this is. And turns out that his the title is a sort of a reply to well, the book was published by MIT Press in 2000. And the title comes from it's a reply to another book by Steven Pinker called How the Mind Works. Fodor wrote this book with that title, The Mind Doesn't Work That Way. And this is fascinating because here we have two cognitive psychologists, or two philosophers of mind, or whatever, or two mentalists who seem to be fundamentally in disagreement with one another. And the introduction is very revealing. It says, and I quote, "Over the years, I have written a number of books in praise of the computational theory of mind. It is, in my view, by far the best theory of cognition that we've got. Indeed, the only one we've got that's worth the bother of serious discussion. There are facts about the mind that it accounts for, and that we would be utterly at a loss to explain without it. And its central idea, that intentional processes are syntactic operations defined on mental representations, is strikingly elegant. There is, in short, every reason to suppose that the computational theory is part of the truth about cognition." And end quote. Now, here comes the interesting part. And I quote again. "But it hadn't occurred to me that anyone could think that it's a very large part of the truth, still less that it is within miles of being the whole story about how the mind works. Practitioners of artificial intelligence have sometimes said things that suggest they harbor such convictions. But even by its own account, AI was generally supposed to be about engineering, not about science." Very important distinction, okay? "And certainly not about philosophy. So then, when I wrote books about what a fine thing the computational theory of mind is, I generally made it a point to include a section saying that I don't suppose that it could comprise more than a fragment of a full and satisfactory cognitive psychology. And that the most interesting, certainly the hardest problems about thinking, are unlikely to be much illuminated by any kind of computational theory we are now able to imagine. I guess I sort of took it for granted that even us ardent admirers of computational psychology were more or less agreed on that. I am now, however, disabused of taking that for granted." Fascinating. Highly recommended, because it's very, very revealing. Thank you and take care. Good luck and see you next time.